Hi, I am Brand Dugas, and I'm the new Field Safety Technician. Today, I will be giving a PowerPoint presentation on H2S, health effects, exposures, and exposure treatments. First off, H2S is known as hydrogen sulfide, and it is a gas. The health effects of H2S include eye irritation, respiratory problems, death. Eye irritation is noticeable at 50 parts per million. Respiratory problems between 50 parts per million and 250 parts per million. Rhinitis, pharyngitis, laryngitis, bronchitis, and pneumonia are some of these respiratory problems you may come into effect. Death at 60 parts per million for exposure limit of 30 minutes, or at 800 parts per million, death is immediate. Also, H2S can be smelled at low levels. It smells like rotten eggs. But the continuous exposure to H2S can cause you to lose your ability to smell. The exposure to H2S at low concentrations can cause dizziness, coughing, vomiting, and difficulty breathing. At high concentrations, H2S can cause shock, convulsions, unable to breathe, and also death. These effects can be extremely rapid and can occur within only a few breaths. H2S exposures. Occupational exposures to H2S are in petroleum, natural gas, soil, sewer gas, or byproducts of chemical reactions. Exposure to H2S occurs through inhalation at workplaces where hydrogen is produced or used. The exposure limits of H2S. ACGIH, also known as the American Conference of Governmental Industrial Hygienists, the TLV threshold limit value is 1 part per million. The NIOSH, National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health, the REL recommended exposure level is up to 10 parts per million. OSHA, known as Occupational Safety and Health Administration, the PEL permissible exposure limit in general industries shall not exceed 20 parts per million. Construction industry, 10 parts per million. And maritime industry, also 10 parts per million. H2S exposure treatments. You should immediately be removed from the contaminated area. Move to a well-ventilated area and upwind if possible. Must receive fresh air or 100% oxygen from an SCBA. Send to hospital for proper evaluation after exposure. H2S prevention. There are a few ways to prevent being exposed to H2S. Using a gas meter is one of the most effective ways. A gas meter can be used to detect the presence of H2S because it is a clear gas and cannot be seen. A respirator with an air purifier, or wearing an SCBA.